Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It is Feedback Friday, and this is the time where I just pause at the end of the week and just share some random thoughts with you about my learning and my reflections on feedback. As I've shared with you before, feedback is simply information. It's information about our past, given to us in our present, that we can leverage for our future. And I've been thinking a lot, of course, about feedback, but the majority of the feedback that I've been sharing with you has been around getting it from others. Because let's face it, it's everywhere. There's no shortage of feedback, no shortage of people's opinions on how we might enhance or tweak or improve. And I appreciate that. But tonight, I want to talk a little bit about a different place where we can get feedback. So I mentioned we can get it from others, but we can also get feedback from ourselves. We are the number one source of feedback. We are rich with information that we're carrying in our mind, in our hearts, and our spirits with us each and every day. And if we are really good about tapping into our own feedback, we may actually be ahead of the game and not have to wait on the feedback from other people. Now, I actually conducted a survey to my network. And in that survey, I asked one simple question. Have you ever felt sad after receiving feedback? Have you ever cried? 70% of the respondents said yes, that they have experienced a time in their life when they left an encounter with someone and they felt sad. And sad is an emotion, it's a feeling, and feelings actually carry with it rich knowledge and information that if we unpack it, we can absolutely leverage it. And tonight, I had an opportunity to listen to Susan Taylor talk, and she left me with this powerful phrase I'm not going to forget. She said, "Pain is information. Simply ask it, what have you come to teach me?" I was sitting in that virtual conference like, that's it. Because that's how we're going to unlock and unleash and truly get the power of feedback. If we can sit in the pain of the feedback and simply ask ourselves, pain, what have you come to teach me? We are going to put ourselves in a space where we now activate our agency, because we're no longer a victim to the pain. We are now the victor. We are now in charge of the emotion that we're feeling. Do you guys follow me? And so this to me was a powerful revelation in this session tonight when she said, when pain shows up, you ask it, what have you come to teach me? I thought that is part of the key. Because let's be honest, feedback is not always easy to digest. Of course, the positive feedback is, but sometimes we get feedback that pricks something. And let me tell you, I mentioned to you that we focus on feedback from other people, but we are rich with information. We have so much knowledge about ourselves and our performance and our desires and our beliefs and our potential locked within our own body. And if we are able to tap into that, we are going to be even more powerful than we ever thought we could be. So how do you do it? How do you face your pain? How do you identify the pain? And then how do you learn from that pain? So for me, it's important that you really sit in what they call EQ, emotional intelligence. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of it before, but emotional intelligence is shown to be more important than IQ. So you have IQ and EQ. Emotional intelligence is all about awareness of others and their feelings and how they move through the world, but also awareness of yourself. And I think we spend so much time, you guys, trying to figure out other people and how they move and trying to move with them and not upset people and work to their standards that we often miss an amazing opportunity to just get to know ourselves. Because emotional intelligence is not only what you learn about other people and awareness of their emotions, but it's also an awareness of yours. So that's where that pain comes from. You have to be able to know within yourself when you're triggered. Yeah, we all get triggered. I'll be honest, I got triggered this week. And so how do you know if you're triggered? How do you know if there is some information packed in an emotion that you can move through? How do you know that? Well, your body will tell you if you're paying attention, because your body gives you feedback all day. When you like something, your body leans in, right? When you don't like something, your body leans back. When you are hurt or frustrated or sad, I know me, when I'm nervous, oh, that heart rate goes up. That's information. And so if you're able to do like Susan Taylor said, look at that pain as just information, it actually helps you separate that personal feeling, remove the ego from the pain so that you can really unpack it and understand it. So my tip is listen to your body, because you're getting feedback all day. Are you clicking a pen, right? Are you nervous? Are you tapping your foot, trying to get out of that room? What are the feelings that you are experiencing in that moment? And how can you pause, lean into that pain, unpack it as information so that you are now in a better position to learn from your pain? Now you're probably wondering, okay, so how do I do that? A big part of it is being emotionally literate. Most people, if I were to ask you right now, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Name 10 emotions. What comes to mind? Good, happy, bad, sad, mad, angry, frustrated. Most people we don't have a very long emotional vocabulary. We often use the same feelings and emotions each time. And oftentimes it's not even adequate to describe exactly how we feel, because we have to take the time to look at ourselves, really dive in and say, well, what is this emotion? Have you ever been in a situation, and I'm telling you, this week I was triggered and I was sitting in a feeling and I couldn't name it. Like, I wasn't mad and I wasn't sad. I definitely wasn't angry. Was it disappointed? Discouraged? I don't know. And I had to sit in it for a little while before I acted on it so that I was empowered to do the right thing with it. See, oftentimes we let our emotions come in, right? We hear that feedback, we feel a little pain, and it's only natural human tendency to, right, run, fight, or freeze. And I want you to just spend time thinking about your body and how it can help you really dig in to understanding what's happening from a visceral standpoint. When you're able to do that and able to tap into what am I really feeling, then and only then can you connect it to a source. So, wow, I think I'm getting frustrated. Ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is it really the person in front of me that I'm frustrated at? Or is it what they said that I'm frustrated about? Or is it that they're reminding me of something that someone else said? Really getting clear about the source of the pain. And again, if you think of that pain of the feedback, that little sting, and you only use it as a sensor to tell you where you need to go and dig deeper, don't use it as a sensor to say, oh my gosh, I'm terrible, I'm not a great person, but use it as an indicator for you to dig deeper. You're going to put yourself back in the driver's seat, because you can learn so much about feedback that way and much about yourself. All About Coach Tim, you're on the line, and I know you always say you can cultivate, you want to sift through that feedback, right? And you really want to spend time thinking about what is the message there. And again, like Susan Taylor, she said, pain, what have you come to teach me? So you say the same thing. Feedback, what have you come to teach me? And if you always see yourself as a student and an opportunity to learn, you're going to put yourself in a better position to hear it and then make a really good decision about what you would like to do with it. Because it's all about your choice. You get to choose at the end of the day what you do with that information. So keep in mind, emotional intelligence is key. Know yourself. Your body is also a feedback mechanism. Listen to your body. Lean into the pain. Ask the pain, what have you come to teach me? Find out the source of that pain. Ask some questions about why, when, how. Dig deep and you'll find the lesson. And if you don't find it in that moment, don't fret, don't frown, don't freak out. Sit on it for a little bit. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of time to allow yourself to let the information really percolate. And I like to say marinate on that feedback, right? Just sit with it for a little bit, because it's amazing what 24 hours can do for you. Those connections and everything that happens helps illuminate what those key opportunities are. So I hope tonight that each of you have found a new nugget to think about with respect to feedback. Again, your body is a feedback tool. Don't ignore the heart rate, the increased respirations, the sweat, the joy, the smiles, the frown. Be in tune with yourself. And again, you'll put yourself back in the driver's seat. Take back your power. Feedback is information, and it is here to empower you to make great decisions in your life. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight for Feedback Friday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. When you see that information around you this weekend, just ask it. What have you come to teach me? Have a good weekend, guys. Thank you for joining.